What's up, everybody? It's USA Cards here. We're up and we are walking around my office. Wanted to just do a little President Donald Trump tribute. Thank God that he was okay after yesterday. No matter how you feel about him politically or personally or whatever, I think we can all agree as Americans that tragedy was averted and that's something to celebrate. So in that manner, in that fashion, I would just like to share with you some of the Trump stuff that I have because, I was slow to come around to being a Trump guy. Of course, it didn't seem real that Donald Trump was even running for president, let alone winning presidency. And then I, over the past 7-8 years, have come to fully respect that man. So I'll give you just a quick sort of spin around my office. Got these custom shelves installed. Got a lot of toys down there, but custom shelves installed when we first moved into the house. My 2 dogs there. This is where I sit when I do all my videos. There's one of the mutts over there. There's another one right there. All recyclable. Balls, helmets, there. I've got some political stuff up here. I've got a box of Decision 92. I've got some Garbage Pail Kids American is Apple Pie up there. Those are really, that's a really cool set right there. And those are both sealed. One of them is a blaster and one is a collector's edition box. Got some toys. Some Star Wars sketches, some toys. And back over here, a bunch of toys and Legos and stuff up there. And we land with our first item. So I'm a big fan of, let's see if I can get some light here, Garbage Pail Kids. And one of the reasons, I think, one of the main reasons here that I like Garbage Pail Kids so much, man, I can't, here we go, is because of the sketch card aspect. Look at that, just gorgeous, by Chris Meeks. It's what you call a panoramic sketch. It's a dual panel, folds in like a book. Chris Meeks, one of the greatest GPK artists of all time. That was the Demonstration Donald sketch. Here's another version of that. This one by Darren Pepe, who is, in my opinion, not quite as talented as Chris Meeks, but still very talented artist there. Then we move on to a Beckett graded $5 bill. So Trump's got a very interesting autograph. This one was done in marker, it looks like. It says currency, Donald Trump, Beckett. It presents nicely, I like it. There was a guy, he's not there anymore, but he used to come to the Dallas card shows and he had all political stuff. So that's where I picked up that. Of course, I've got the E-Tops refractor of Barack pitching the first pitch in the All-Star game when it was in St. Louis. Not a fan of that man, but collect him nonetheless. There's a campaign button for Mr. Trump. There's my best JSA certified Major League Baseball. And there's my second best. So it's hard to find a good Trump auto, especially JSA certed and especially on a Major League Baseball. I'll leave those up there, but the good thing about both these autos is that they're done in pen and not in marker, so they don't run and they don't have the chance of bleeding. Here is, as they get older, here is a cool card here. So this is what is widely accepted to be Donald Trump's rookie. It's the 89 Rotten to the Core. Was a set made highlighting some of New York City's best influencers and movers and shakers and businessmen, and Donald Trump, of course, was all of those things. So in a PSA 10, I'm not sure what the comp on this is or what the pop count is, but I do remember giving a Beau Bichette First Bowman Refractor PSA 10 auto. So I think it was around $1,200. I can't remember though, to be honest. There's a video in my YouTube library that highlights that when I picked it up, though, if you have any interest in looking at that. So, again, his name was Roger. That's what his name was. The guy that had the political stuff at the Dallas Card Show. So I'm going to try to get down and show you this. Picked up this framed piece. Beautiful piece. Sorry about the reflections, but it's a framed photo and Beckett slabbed ticket to St. Clairsville, Ohio. I believe this was when he was running for president the first time. This was one of his rallies that he signed on the campaign trail. And I really like the way that the framer incorporated, made a little space for that Beckett slab in there. And then behind it, I just have one of these. These are limited. Forgot who the author is on this, but this is, of course, a print of this painting called Masterpiece, which alludes to, you know, the plan that Donald Trump has to make America great again. So, waiting for a good spot to hang both of these. I feel like if we move, we're trying to sell this home and get a little closer to our school, where Keaton goes to school and where I coach and teach. So I think once we do that, I'll probably hang these two bad boys up. All right, and so for the cards, I do have a few to show you here. I've got some, these are just custom cards, little custom refractors that aren't worth anything, but pretty cool. Little X-Fractor action there. And then I'll swing through this political collection real quick. Got the Andrew Cuomo, and these are from Decision 2020, the currency cards with the shredded dollars, a couple of JFK Juniors. Here's a Trump. Here's another Trump. These are pretty cool. I mean, I don't think they're ever going to be anything real crazy, but I was just kind of thinking, here's one that didn't actually get a lot of dollars in there, but I was thinking, hey, if we go to a, you know, Fed note or digital currency or something like that, it'd be kind of cool to have a Donald Trump with shredded archaic money, greenbacks, right? Old fashioned. Can't believe we used to have cash. But here's an actual 101 red parallel with the 101 stamp up in the top left corner. Pretty fun on those. I got more currency cards. There's a Melania. There's another Trump. Here's a couple Spectra NASCAR refractors. Daytona 500. There's one. There's two. And then this one's weird. It's a Decision 2020 Pieces of America with the George Washington stamp. U.S. quarter from what does that say? 2001. Down there you can see it. Interesting card. You've received a limited edition Piece of America card. Card contains the genuine U.S. postage and U.S. state quarter. Okay, pretty cool. Oddball stuff for sure. Here's another oddball piece. This came out, this is a sort of a throwback to the Pro Set Santa Claus and you see Trump back there in the window. There were a few of these. Elon was on one, I think. Who else? Maybe Jeff Bezos. I don't know. Just a bunch of people. But I only picked up the Trump. A couple of notables. There's Ivanka. And then garbage pail stuff. So you've seen one, kind of, you've seen them all. There's sort of the inspiration from a sketch that I'll show you here in a minute. I'm not going to sit here and highlight every single GPK card here, but they're all Trump. And sadly, Topps has bowed out of the political game. I think it just, after what happened, I really feel like America would be ready for others. Nancy ripping up the documents when he was being sworn in? I think so. I just really think America could use some humor around all this hardcore political stuff. Some good-natured Topps Garbage Pail Kids humor. Sadly, there's Mittens Bernie. Sadly, we're not going to have any of that because, like I said, Topps, and especially once they acquired the Star Wars, Disney got sort of in bed with Topps. They really have started to regulate some of the non-sport stuff. Even, and I've talked about this in a prior video, they will not give artists blank sketches to do commissions on anymore, or they might have the artist sign the back. So it essentially is not available to be sold by the artist to a rogue artist who will draw a commission and it be out of bounds with what Topps or Disney feel like represents the brand. So, just they're getting more PC, and I guess they think they know what's best. But man, what a missed opportunity to continue. They had garbage pail political sets, I think, all the way from 2016 through the Biden election. I don't have them all either. I don't know how close I am. I got a lot of Drippy Donalds. I don't know how close I am, but I'm pretty far off. I do have a lot though. I was just picking these up. These are not cheap either. I've thought about grading some of this stuff. Typically these stickers are hard to gem. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't know, if we do decide to sell them, is it after he, wins the election? If he wins the election, is it now? It's always the hype, right? They say, sell the hype, buy the news. Is that what they say? The hype is real. I know from MAGA folks, it feels like yesterday was really a real close call. There's one of the most, that's his best Garbage Pail Kids card, the Time cover. It just feels like, I don't know, I think maybe interesting card there. This was part of the it says 17 on it, 11/11/17. So how did they know? Truthiness Trump. No vaccines, even though he got behind the whole warp speed. There's so many unanswered questions about things. We could probably go on and on. But yeah, yesterday was not something that, you just forget about it and just move on. I think it really let people know how vulnerable some of these political leaders can be, how much certain people want them eliminated, and then how close we came. You know, I don't wish any harm. I mean, I'm not a Biden supporter, but I don't wish any harm on Biden. I just want to see us have a fair election, and whatever happens, happens, and I can live with it, and I think that's all anybody wants. All right, quickly through some slabs here. There's a pretty cool rapping Ronald Reagan. Now we'll get into some of the Donald stuff. Undead Donald. 2017, Torment Trump. Despair Donald in a 10. This is the A version, so there's an A and a B version. Typically the A versions do better. They're considered the true. There's a Tom Hanks, Trump. And here are the Trump times. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure what the comp on these 4 is, but that one is a beautiful card right there. I traded, what did I trade? I traded a 2018 Mahomes Prism PSA 10. It was a blue parallel. I want to say it was the 30 out of 35, maybe first off the line, blue shimmer or something. I don't know, but I got this and $200 for that, and I take that deal all day long. That's a huge card. Here's another truthiness demonstration. Here's one, Donald Dump, and it's considered one of his true. There's the American is Apple Pie, the hobby boxes I showed you at the beginning of the video. These come out of, well, this card comes out of that, but this is a green puke parallel, or puke parallel. And these are not numbered, but I think they were 1 per blaster, maybe. So in a 10, that's a pretty nice card. Also have the B version of that, which is Tumultuous Trump, and the puke green. Then I got some, these would be probably the more modern card, rookie versions of Trump, the 2020 political Leaf Metal Political Edition. These are cool. So I got a couple 9s, just the base refractor. Got a 10. Got another 10. Blue Crystal. This is out of 10. I got a Blue Rainbow out of 25. Sorry, can you see these? Silver Crystals. These are out of 15. No, 35. Pink Crystal, Purple, and Purple Rainbow. These are out of 20. So lots of different parallels there, graded. I should probably sell a few of these now while people are looking for Trump stuff. I did an eBay search last night. I just typed in Donald Trump to see what all had been sold, and yeah, there was a lot of people were out shopping for his stuff last night. I actually put up the ball that I showed you, the one with the second best signature. I put that up for sale on Old School. Just looking at taking offers. All right, and then lastly here, I had to dismount the phone because all these sketches are in my sketch notebook, in my top-loaded sketch notebook. By the way, if you have sketch cards or just anything really, these top-loaded binders are awesome. So Jason Crosby, one of my favorites, he did a run of Trump-inspired sketches for me. Gonna try to just find them as we go along because really they could be anywhere here. Let's see. And I've got, oh, there's one by Mike Stevens. There's another one. I'm not going to pull it out and see who did it on the back, just out of time's sake. There's another one. There's an Anthony Scubis Trump Time. Another one by Scubus. This one I think Barry Nigma did, and Barry's a staunch liberal. Matter of fact, he had posted something that was not so nice, alluding to missing all the shots you don't take yesterday, which, of all days to post something like that, probably not. Definitely lost respect from me. I'll never commission anything from him again. Here's a Jasmine Contois Trump tie. Now, she's really talented. You can tell this sketch right here is done very well. Let's see. Oh, here's one that's political. The atom bomb, but instead of atom, it's Putin. The Putin bomb. Of course, he's supposed to start World War III, right? So he's pushing the button. That's by Pat C. Pat C's insane. I don't see any other Trumps on these pages, although this one is really great by Dan BW. Snooty Sam. It's a gorgeous sketch. Let's see. Any more? Oh, here's a couple. This one's a Chris Meeks. Another Chris Meeks. Rapping wrong there. More Chris Meeks. Oh, I know I have a Drippy Donald. There he is. By the one and only GPK Nick. And is that it for the... Let's see. Nope. Got a Donald Trump trash can. Got another Donald Trump trash can by Shane Garvey. And that might... Nope. How about that with Joker Trump? Man, that's a sick card. That's a Jasmine Contois painted sketch card. That is probably it. That probably all. There we go. How about old Watermelon Head himself, Adam Schiff? That was actually a pack pulled out of Decision sketch. And that, my friends, will bring the sketch binder to an end. Got one more thing to show you.
That's insane. Wow. I don't know how else to do this. This is going to have to go to a random draw amongst all the spots. DJT, American Flag Uno de Uno. Definitely one of the most interesting cards I've hit this year. Probably the most polarizing. How many diamonds are on that thing? A lot. I'm actually going to take a moment to count them here. It shouldn't take too long. 3, 5, 10, 13, 19, 25. There's 38 gems on this thing. Yeah, I would have thought maybe 50, but it's 30. 38. Wow, that's definitely a very interesting hit. I wonder if they did any other presidents in this stuff. Yeah, it's definitely huge. Not huge, huge. Gotta spell it with a Y. It is the greatest cod ever pulled by Firehand Cods. That sounded more like a Boston accent than a Trump accent, sorry. Some people will pay $1 and some people will pay $1 million.
And this is the cherry on top. So you've probably seen this. I post this, I don't know, once a month probably on Instagram. If you follow me there, shout out U_S_A_cards on Instagram. I did a reel with this in it yesterday, so you've probably seen this by now. If you haven't, this is a real card. It's a real Panini, flawless, sealed. Comes out of 2020 baseball. There you see it right there. I was watching the break live. It was Firehand Cards. And they were doing a case of flawless baseball, and this was in the... This, obviously was one of the 3 cards in the briefcase that was not included in the box. It was I think it was the center card. And when the breaker pulled it, he was like, "Wow!" He knew that this is not something you're going to see every day. And so they had to basically randomize all the teams. That was the only fair way to do it. So this literally could have gotten, there were 30 or 31, however many MLB teams there are, people in that break. And so the chances of this ending up in a Trump fan's hands and never even being on the market were, I'd say 50-50. Luckily, a guy up in New York area won this. I have a video on my channel breaking down how I acquired this. It's a good story. I think it's called the Trump Trade Revisited. But yeah, I got this right after it was broke. Pretty much, maybe about a month after it was actually pulled. Went back and forth with the guy, walked away from it completely. He ran this on auction twice, but he had a reserve and it didn't meet it. I was not maybe officially offered, but it was definitely the words, I'll give you $100,000 were uttered by somebody that is notable in the hobby, and I turned it down. You might think that's crazy, but it is what it is. The flag is actually, I think, 33 gems. Blue for sapphire for the blue part, rubies for the red stripes, and then diamonds in the white there. It's a 101. I think they nailed it with this picture, with him carrying the baseball bat. I think this was at the Baseball Hall of Fame, or this obviously had something to do with something baseball, but look at the look on his face. And he's got the bat in his hands. Perfect. It's just perfect. I thought about possibly one day trying to get it autographed, but as big as he writes and as small as this card, is, there's just not enough room anywhere. I certainly would not want to get the autos on the back of cards are just lame to me. I can understand signing the back of a picture or the back of a ticket maybe, but I don't know. I've seen a few cards here and there with an auto on the back, and I just don't get it. But I hope that the light is refracting off of these gems so you can really get an appreciation for how special this card really is. It's in the Supreme Fit sleeve, but it even shines even better if I took it out, but I'm just going to leave it in. I have a safe that I put this in, and it rarely comes out, so I grabbed it last night after all the shenanigans, and did a couple pics and a video now I'm making, so it'll go back into the vault. But I mean, everything is for sale at some point, whether it's me who sells it or my wife or my son, or of course, if something happened to me, I mean, that's who it would belong to, my wife. So she could do whatever she wanted with it. But if it got into my son's hands, I could see it maybe being flipped at that point. But who knows? I'm not even saying I wouldn't sell it. I mean, I don't know what my life will look like in 10 years. Hopefully I'll never have to even entertain the thought, and I could pass this down. That's ideally what I like to do. But as far as the price, I don't know. I think everyone in the world that would need to see this, every potential buyer I would have to feel like, this was in front of enough eyes that I can be pretty, certain that my best offer actually is being offered, because there are some people who would pay, I don't know, is $1 million too much to ask for this? It might be. I mean, who knows? And you might hate Donald Trump and thereby probably feel a certain way toward me, and I get it. And when I say $1 million, you might be falling out of your chair, but I mean, it's a fair question. You might love Trump, and you might think this is the greatest thing ever. So, like the guy who pulled it said, it's $1 to some, and it's $1 million to some. He's definitely polarizing. But that's it for my Trump collection. I do appreciate you guys watching. Sorry that it took the recent events, to even be inspired to make this, but I thought that people might enjoy it, especially people searching for collectible Trump stuff. Anyway, see you on the next one. Take care. Have fun at the National if you're going 10 days. All right, guys. Later.